What's up, crew? Welcome back to the Nate the Great YouTube channel. My name is Nate. Here we are, day 4 of our sugar fasting protocol, at least day 4 of 6. First and foremost, let's just get right to business. Let's check out for you on the screen, and you'll see that I weighed in at 206. Also, listen, I know I haven't been posting for a couple days, and there's a really good reason for that. I had some family members in town that overextended their stay, and we really wanted to just spend some time with them. And then this weekend we have a good friend that does this really cool sport, and it was the last game of the season for her, and we wanted to go and spend some time supporting her on that fun journey for her. And so I just haven't had any time. Going back to the very first video, The Journey Begins, the goal of mine for this year for this YouTube channel is really just to learn and grow, prioritize people over the food. And so that's exactly what we did. But nonetheless, still at 206. My wife and I went to the gym yesterday. I mentioned this in a couple videos ago, where we're on a new mesocycle at the gym. So we're working all new muscles, and we're utilizing the same muscles but in a different way. So every time we go to the gym, I'm finding that the next day on the scale, it usually is right where I was the previous week or this previous day. And really the reason for that is because my body's freaking out. It's holding on a bunch of water, you know, like that song is like, know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. My body's like, I'm holding everything, man, until it's like freaking out. So no, I didn't go away. And listen, I think it's important to point this out. Like, I'm a little disappointed, not in myself, just in the idea that thermodynamics and weight gain is complicated. And so my expectations coming out of that celebration day, based on the calories that I had taken in, that I gained 2, 5, 7, like a pound of actual, weight, and then probably 5 to 7 pounds of water weight. It didn't happen like that. So life throws you curves, right? Do you give up? Do you just give in? And no, you don't do that. So let me give you some updates on me, and then I want to talk briefly, well, not briefly, probably a long while about the sugar fasting, sugar protocol, sugar diet. I know there's a lot of information out there right now. There's a lot of misinformation. A lot of people are looking into it, and they're trying to look for guidance. I know some channels are looking to kind of provide some structure around it. And I want to kind of give my feedback, since I've already kind of started this journey, and hopefully I can maybe help some others on theirs as well if they're entertaining the idea. So first and foremost, this is week 2 of my marathon training prep journey. I'm starting with the 5K. The 5K is going to be run right around July 4th. And so today, after I record this video, I'll be doing a 2-minute jog followed by a 2-minute walk, and I'll be repeating that I think 5 or 6 times. I'll follow the protocol. It's a interval trainer app, so it's pretty slick. Anyways, also, again, I haven't lost any weight in a couple days. I'm not in a stall. This is really important to point out for all my people out there that are trying to do things, and maybe they're just starting this new phase. Maybe they're changing their diet altogether and they're seeing initial results. Okay, this is always what happens. You change something, your body reacts in kind, you start losing weight, you see the scale go down. And so I need to point out that weight loss is complicated. Okay, thermodynamics is complicated. Everybody has different set points, different starting points, different environmental factors. I think it's important to really understand that, yes, at the end of the day, we may be able to help generate some ideas of where to start, but ultimately you need to experiment on what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Because when I was initially looking at the sugar fasting and the sugar diet, I think there were some people on there like, you can eat whatever you want. You can eat as much sugar as you want, as long as you don't eat any fat or no protein, you're good to go. You can just, the sky's the limit. And I came back and I said, I don't think that's right. And people were arguing with me. They're like, no, this is completely different. This revs up your metabolism so much. that, you can just defy the laws of thermodynamics. And I just said, no, that's a really bad mindset, because at the end of the day, yes, calories in, calories out, again, is complicated. Yes, it has some nuances. If we're talking about nutrition, calories in, calories out is a complete, non sequitur. But it does have some grounding in truth. Okay, so if you want to lose weight, no matter what diet you're on, what protocol you're using, what method you're using, you have to be in a calorie deficit. I know, some of you are going, but Cole said this and Cole said that. Listen, Cole's been really trying to refine his message now, because he's finding out the exact same thing that I thought this is probably a bad approach to start with, which is this. If you tell people, if you give them a permission structure, because everybody wants that permission structure, I can eat as much food as I want and I can still lose weight, where do I sign up? And then you have these really large people that just go and do that. And then they go, well, I'm not losing any weight. This doesn't work. This is stupid. And it's like, okay, let's reel it back in, and let's start to build some structure around what exactly, you need to do to really lose weight. Carnivore works, keto works, water fasting works, everything works, okay? It's a matter of, if you are in a calorie deficit, again, you will lose weight. It's just a matter of, are you losing fat? Are you losing muscle? At what ratio are you losing those two things? And if you're even losing weight overall in general, okay? Now, if you were wondering why I have my glasses on today, because I'm probably the first 5'8" person through the forest today, and so these are my spider blockers. I've already had about 5 or 6 spider webs just come straight across my face, and instead of having to pull them out of my eyes, now I just have to pull them off my head. So if you're wondering about why I'm wearing glasses today, live and learn, right? You make mistakes and then you adjust, and that's the perfect analogy for what I want to talk about here. So I've had quite a few requests in regards to like asking what I eat, when I eat. I wanted to clarify something, so I'm going to put this back up on the screen. So today I want to, again, look up here and you'll see all the food that I've eaten today. Now, I know, you're going to say, well, you're not supposed to measure your food. You're not supposed to weigh your food. And to that I say, jump in a river, okay? Because, again, I'm not aiming for any calorie count. I'm not limiting myself. I'm listening to my body, but I'm also tracking. How in the heck are you going to know how to adjust, how to tweak, how to manage what you're doing based on the scale if you don't know or don't remember what you ate yesterday, or when you ate, or how you felt? Okay, so this is really important. I know for a lot of you, or maybe, this might be true for even people at some degree, even the people that like to track. Tracking can be arduous, it can be stressful. So to that end, I would say, okay, I hear you. So let me try and provide you some guidance. I've had quite a few requests in regards to, hey, can you show us what you do in a day? From all the way from, getting up in the morning, doing the, getting a sugar bomb, etc., all the way through the day, and I'll say yes. So starting, I'm going to plan it, and then I'm going to probably film it this coming weekend, and then post it up shortly thereafter once I get it edited. So the idea is to really try to put my spin on the sugar protocol, sugar fasting protocol, and I wanted to clarify even today, and I've been clarifying all along, I am not doing the sugar diet except for the 3 or 4 days where I was doing a hybrid, where I was doing a sugar bomb in the morning, sugar bomb during lunch, and then I was going out and having whatever I wanted after that with the family and friends, whatever event we did. So to that end, I'm going to only focus on sugar fasting, okay? So right now, again, I'll record myself doing all of this, so you'll get to see an actual walkthrough of the day. But let me just go through it with you here today. So I get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, I jump right on the scale. I have 2 scales actually. One of them is the Body Human, so it helps with, allowing me to measure my lean mass per limb, etc. And I just like that because again, I'm a very data analytical person. So then I go into the kitchen, I grab myself my morning sugar bomb, which usually consists of orange juice, actually some water, then some orange juice, then some maple syrup, just like a couple spoonfuls, some raw honey, again another spoonful, and then usually some blueberries, around 150 grams, and then usually around 10 to 15 grams of sugar. And that usually keeps me in the range of about 300 to 500 calories. But then I adjust. So this is where the nuance comes in. Please pay attention to this part. Oof. All right. So when I am gonna schedule my day around, like say doing some long walking like I am today, or I have a gym session, or I know I'm gonna be super active that day, I may bump that up to 500 to 700 calories and just add in maybe more sugar, more fruit, more both. Okay? And I think that's the important part is starting point. If it's just a day where I'm gonna just do normal things and I'm just don't have any activities planned, I'll eat a sugar bomb 300 to 500 calories with fruits. If I know I'm going to be doing more, I'll add more. Okay? Then from there, I know this is where it's really important to pay attention. I don't eat anything until usually around 11 or between 11 and 1. Okay? And it really all depends on what I'm doing that day. If I'm going to the gym, I'll eat usually right after the gym. I'll have my sugar bomb. And the only nuance to that is if I am going to the gym, in my snack section, I will put my pre-workout, which usually consists of a couple of Outshine sugar bars, which are just straight sugar. I'll have a little bit of candy, and I'll have a small Pepsi with real sugar. Okay, so that's usually about an hour before my gym session, just to give me a nice bump, and then I go to the gym. But that's the only time I'll have a snack, is when I am going to the gym, and that's my pre-workout. Now, from there, I'll have a lunch, which consists of fruit smoothies. Again, you'll see it all on my post, so just pause it on there and you can see it. Then I don't eat again till about 6 to 8 o'clock at night, and then I'll have a bigger sugar bomb. And this is usually where I'm going to exaggerate my calories. So I'm just going to eat until I'm extremely satisfied. I'll have another fruit smoothie with strawberries, blueberries, some mixed fruits. They're all frozen. Throw them in a blender, zap, get them in. And then I'll have some canned fruits. I was experimenting with some filling stuff, but that has a lot of modified cornstarch. So again, as you're modifying and tweaking your weight loss, if you're stalling for multiple days, if not a whole week, and you're eating the same thing, then just figure out where you need to tweak and then adjust accordingly. So I kind of moved away from that, and I'm just going straight to the canned fruits with syrups, light syrups, etc., and drinking all the syrup as well. And that's it, you guys. I know it seems pretty straightforward, but there's some things that I'm not doing that are really important. One, I'm not snacking throughout the day. I'm not just eating throughout the day. Am I hungry at lunchtime? Yeah. Am I hungry at dinner time? Yeah. Am I like ravishly hungry? No. And that's the thing, is I'm not craving anything. I mean, if I am craving anything, it's sugar. So convenient, right? So anyways, I just wanted to post this up. It's been a couple days, so hello, nice to see everybody again, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Again, I'll be posting up a walkthrough or what I eat in a day, and try to be more specific to help others on this journey. But remember, you don't want to snack. You don't want to just eat endlessly. This isn't some like breaking thermodynamics type thing where I can eat 4,000 calories and still lose weight. Those people that are doing that, and this is for my fatties out there, this is for the people that are still big, Okay? Those people that are eating 4,000 calories, they're doing a lot in the day, and they have a lot more muscle, and their activities through the roof. Okay, so they're not breaking the laws of thermodynamics. They just are increasing their NEAT, their non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and they're just jacking that up through the roof, and that just increases their output, which increases their total daily energy expenditure, which allows them to eat more, which revs up their metabolism. Okay, this is all just, I know, I need everybody to understand that you can't snack, you can't eat anything you want, especially for my larger people. I was you there once, okay? It still matters. You still have to be in a calorie deficit. The idea here is, though, the sugar sands the fat and the protein, rev up your metabolism, okay? To that end, then your cap goes up so you can eat more and still lose. That's the idea. So, please, 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 take everything that I'm about to say here and just wrap it in a big bubble. Understand that there's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of uniqueness to it. I'm just over 200 pounds, and so I've lost almost 130 pounds now, right? And so I'm already well on my journey. If you're just starting out and you're 250, 300, 300 plus, right, you need to take things and adjust them, work on them, experiment. Don't get frustrated if you get stalled out for a couple days. There's really no such thing as a stall if it's just a couple days. And the perfect example for me, I've been at 206 for a couple days, and if you look up on my metrics, it also shows my body fat. My body fat didn't shoot up. It's still at 25 point something. And so to that end, yeah, I gained weight, but it's transient, it's, waste, it's water, it's a whole bunch of things, plus a little bit of actual weight. Oh, sorry, I got a bug right there. So, hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's doing something nice for themselves. Get out there and do that non-negotiable, whatever that is for you today. And we will see everybody in the next one. Take care. Bye.